explain you a very important topic of linear algebra, which is row space, column space and null space. How we calculate row space, column space and null space of a given matrix. So first I will define what is the row space. Suppose we have one matrix A1, 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 A2, we have one matrix of order m cross n. It means we have how many rows? M rows and n columns. So this is first row R1, then R2 and that R. These are the rows. Then this is column C1, C2, and this is Cn. So m rows we have and n columns we have. Now any space which generated by these rows is called row space. It's very simple. So any space, now the space, vector space generated by R1, R2, R is called row space of A and denoted by R. So how we calculate, I will explain you later. What is column space? The space, here space means vector space or subspace, the space generated by columns C1, Cn is called column space of A and denoted by C. The space generated by solutions of Ax is equal to 0 is called null space of A and denoted by n of A. So for a given matrix, you have to calculate row space, column space and null space. And the order of calculation is first we calculate row space and then we write the vectors which generates row space. Then we go for null space and then we write column space. Dimension of row space is equal to dimension of column space. Means how many elements are there in basis of array is always equal to dimension of column A. Means number of elements in a basis of column. Null space is separate. Null space means the solution of Ax is equal to 0. Or sometimes what we are doing, we reducing A into echelon form to calculate row form, row space. In that we are telling either solution of Ax is equal to 0 is same like solution of Ux is equal to 0 because row echelon form is upper triangular matrix. So U here upper triangular matrix. So either you find solution of this or this, both are same. So that is easy for us. So we can calculate space generated by solution of that is null space. How we calculate, I will explain in this lecture only. Don't worry. So we will start with the one problem. This is very important in so many exams. Find the I, C, N, A, and their dimension. Sometimes they will give in vector form. They will give one set generated by this vector, this vector, this vector, this vector, this vector, and they ask you to find row space, null space, column space, and other things. So both types they can ask. What is your first step? It's a stepwise process. First step is convert this given matrix into echelon form, row echelon form. Whatever given matrix, convert in echelon form. What is echelon form? First make this identity 1, it is there. Make this one 0, this one 0. Means all entries below that 0. So what we are going to do? R2 change to R2 minus R1. 0, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 0. Then this is already 0. No need to change. This one we are going to change. So R4. R4 is equal to R4 minus 2R1. So it is 0, 0, 1, 4, 5. Then okay. So this is first step over. Now go for third. What is third? See, when we add this row becomes 0 only, correct? So we will follow that one because we have to make maximum 0. So R3 change to R3 plus R2. What happened? 1, 2, 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 4, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 4, 1, and 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. See, if we add these two, means R4 change to R4 plus R2, what happened? 1, 2, 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 4, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And this is last one is also 1. So again, if you subtract you go for R5. R5 R5 minus R4. So what happened? 1, 2, 0, 0. Divide by minus 1, so it's look back. 0, 0, 1, 4, 0. Here I divided R2 to R2 by minus 1. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So finally, what is corresponding U matrix? Corresponding U matrix is 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 4, 0. Then this is non-zero, we put above 1, and then remaining is 0. So this is your U matrix. Once you have U, your first step corresponding to A, your first step is over. Now check how many non-zero rows are there. So first is non-zero, second is non-zero, third is also non-zero. So the non-zero rows always forms basis for row space. Once you converted a given matrix in echelon form, then its non-zero rows are always linearly independent and it forms basis for row space. So what is basis? Basis for array is 1, 2, 0, 3, 0. First factor. What is second? 0, 0, 1, 4, 0. What is third factor? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. These three elements, three rows forms basis for row space. Then what is the dimension of array? You know very well. What is the dimension? Number of elements in a basis. How many elements are there? 3. So what is dimension? So this is the way how we calculate row space. Understand? It's very easy. Just convert the given matrix into echelon form and then check how many non-zero rows are there. Write that one. That forms basis. So what are the basis elements? These 3. And what is the dimension? 3. So in this way we calculate row space. Now I am going to explain about null space. How we calculate null space? Null space means solution of ux is equal to 0. What is u? What is x? See this. What is the order? 5 rows. How many columns? 5. So this is also 5 required. So x1, equated with 0, 0. So solution means we have to find this value. So write in my equation form. x1 plus 2x2 plus 3x4 is equal to 0. Then x3 plus 4x4 is equal to 0. Then x5 is equal to 0. This one. So now, once you know A, you multiply this and equal to 0. See 3 equation. So already x5 0. So we have actually 3 equation, 5 unknowns. So 2 variables you have to choose by yourself. Remember, we have 3 equations and 5 unknowns. So we have to choose 2 variables by ourselves. Because extra, so extra we take by ourselves. So we take x4 is equal to s and x2 is equal to t. Your choice. You can choose your way. You can choose x1, x2, x3, x4. x5 already 0, so don't choose that one because it's not look good. Otherwise, your choice. You can do whatever you want. But don't choose x5, go for this or. In other cases, you choose x5 also. So x4 as x2t. What is x3 value? So what is x1? x1 is minus 2x2, means minus 2t, plus 3x4 means minus 3x. What is x3 value? Minus 4x4 means minus 4x. What is x5 value? 0. So we calculated all values. So what is the solution? We have x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. Correct? So right. What is x1? x1 is minus 2t minus 3s. So minus 3s minus 2t. What is x2? x2 is t. T means 0s plus 1t. Correct? What is x3? Minus 4s plus 0t. What is x4? S plus 0t. What is x5? 0. 0 plus 0. 0 s 0. Separate. S with S, T with T. So what is the equation? Minus 3, 0, minus 4, 1, 0. This is multiplied with S plus for T, minus 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. Over. The coefficient of S and T forms basis for null space. So what is the basis for null space? Minus 3, 0, minus 4, 1, 0 and minus 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. These two elements form basis for null space. So always, how many equations are there, how many extra unknowns are there, take any two S and T. If it is two more than, otherwise if one more than, then only take S and write in this way. Means find out all values in terms of S or T or only S or only T, your choice. So once you have calculated, converted in this way, the corresponding coefficient is your space. That is called null space. So null space basis, once you know, you can easily write what dimension of null space, that is 2 here. Now you can verify what is the dimension of matrix? 5. What is the dimension of row space? 3. So rank nullity theorem applies here. It means the rank of matrix plus null space of matrix, dimension of null space is equal to order of matrix. What is the order? 5. So easily you can write it. Now, our main and third task. What is third task? To calculate column space. What is column space? Column space is how we calculate. Just write the take C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and write the equation form using null space. So what we get? Minus 3 C1 minus 4 C4 or we write plus 0 C2 minus 4 C3 plus 1 C4 plus 0 C5 is equal to 0. For second, minus 2 C1 plus C2 1 C2 plus 0 C3 plus 0 C4 plus 0 C5 is equal to 0. So see which variables forms identity matrix out of these 5. So see C4, what is the coefficient? 1 and here 0, that's okay. Now one more, C5, here 0 only, C2 1 and here 0, correct. So C2 and C4 forms identity matrix, correct? See, you write C4 first. So 1 here in this equation 0, here it is 0, here it is 1. So this forms identity matrix. So remove this. So remaining columns. What are the columns remaining? Basis for column space is remaining columns. Whatever forms identity matrix, that is free variables, remove it. What is remaining? Different variables and then what is remaining? C2, C4 over C1, C3, C5. So C1, C3, C5. These 3 columns of the given matrix forms the column space. So what is the dimension? 3. So hope you understand this. This is very important how we calculate row space, column space and null space of a given matrix. So please do it, and please subscribe the channel. That's also very important.